मर्दों में आती नहीं, मर्दों में नहीं आती।
पीपल्स पार्टी बेसिस पे जब वो होते तो उन्हें फिर खवातीन का मानती है कि वहाँ मर्द भी हो,
तो फिर उनको कहें जरा वो इस्लामाबाद के कौन है वो उनको मदद करें और लेडीज को आप नज़रअंदाज नहीं कर सकते। मैं आपको कहती हूँ जेंटलमैन, इसलिए लेडीज का वोट बहुत अच्छा वोट होता है।
50% में से 40%
लड़के मर के जाते हैं वोट देते हैं, तो आप अलग भी मीटिंग कर लें आप लोग। क्या हुआ उनको? जिंदा है ना?
उस वक्त के बाद
मेरे वाले सब गांधी साहब ने 10 साल की उम्र में जेल काटी है, उसके बाद भाई फौत हो गया। ये सबसे पुरानी बात है।
वो कहाँ है इसको बताओ ना। 110 साल के इनके वालिद को जेल में डाल दिया।
ये पहली बात है।
बोल देना
interpreted favourably and that the government is doing its best to ensure fair and impartial elections. I'm sure you've got that so. Now I'll ask you, in the great countries, with the clashes in Karachi and Punjab,
the what the?
Punjab, whether it's realistic to say that elections will go ahead. Mrs. Bhutto, can you explain please the significance of today's Supreme Court ruling and the impact this will have on the forthcoming elections?
We are very happy that the Supreme Court has given this ruling because democratically the elections should be on party basis. But General Zia wanted to have that people should stand individually. Why we did not believe in that kind of elections is because the individual has no manifesto. The individual cannot do anything for the country. What can one single man do? We said it should be on party basis because the party brings a manifesto. Party says we will do this, that and the other for the country, for the betterment of the people, for the betterment of the country, whatever the manifesto is they put in front of the people, and the people say, see which party has the best manifesto, and they vote accordingly. Now, if they had not given the ruling in our favor, if they had not won the case, our country, first of all, let me tell you that our country is, most of them are illiterate. There's very high illiteracy in our country. And for the people to realize who to vote would have been very difficult. For instance, if they would give the symbol of an apple, which I'm going to quote our lawyer, in one area to another party, to party X. In this area, they will give the same symbol to another party. Why? And it would be too much of a confusion. And people who are illiterate wouldn't know. Because when we had these elections, not local bodies, what were they called? Now they had a few months ago the local bodies elections. There was a lot of confusion because it was not on party basis, so people were voting the wrong people. Anyone would say, actually the opposition people who were opposite to us stood up and said, we are for the People's Party, vote for us, but they were not, because there was not one symbol. Now, the Supreme Court has said it will be on party basis and each party will have one symbol. Now what we have done is, we have written a letter to the election commissioner and asked him to give us our old symbol, which is the sword. Now we have to see, if they agree and give us the sword, I think we will be in a much stronger position and it will be better.
If they do give the sword, how will this affect the voting strength of the PPP?
Oh, it will definitely add to the strength of the voters for the PPP, in the sense that it will be easier for them to recognize the symbol. again, because we are not literate people, the majority are illiterate people, when they see the symbol of the sword, they will remember and recognize that this is the PPP symbol.
If fair and impartial elections are held, how will the people be fair?
That's a bit difficult to say. We are very much hopeful. In Karachi, we are not very strong. We are very weak in the city of Karachi. We are strong in Sindh, minus Karachi. We are not very, should I say all these things? No. You know, in some parts we are strong, and in some cities and provinces we are not.
But you would say today's decision has boosted your confidence?
Oh, it has, very much so. Everybody's in a festive mood.
Can today's ruling be interpreted favourably in that the government is doing its best to ensure free and impartial elections?
On the contrary, I don't think the government is doing everything for impartial elections, because unfortunately Mr. Ishaq, who's the president, acting president, has taken sides already. He is supporting the Muslim League Fida group, that is Zia group, Muslim League of Zia group, and which is not fair, because already those people who are old ministers have said, one of them said, we will break the opponent's jaws, in Urdu, neck, we'll break their necks. Now this is not it. And in Sindh, when I went to Sindh, they broke all our flags, because I had gone after a long time. They had made these arches for me. They broke those arches. The chief minister of Sindh did that. If they cannot stand, if they cannot see or stand our party flags or our speeches, which are for peace, how can they stand our voters to go and vote? You see, it's one thing that he says, I'm going to hold fair and fair elections, but he must show that it is fair and free election.
And would you comment on the caretaker cabinets in relation to this?
Yes, this is what I said, didn't I? It's the caretaker government who are doing all this. They went and attacked the ex-prime minister. This is not fair. If they are doing all this now, I wonder what they will do when the election time comes.
In the wake of the country's constitutional crisis, bloody clashes in Karachi and the flooding in eastern Punjab, is it realistic to believe that the elections will go ahead on schedule?
I was very happy with the Chief of Army Staff's statement today in the newspapers that I read today. He said it will be free and fair, and it will take place on the 16th of November. The floods will subside by the time November comes, hopefully. And I'm afraid that there are certain people who do not want the elections to take place because they think they're going to lose what they have. They are the ones who are paying money and doing all their best to have these clashes in Karachi, in Hyderabad, and in a part of Sarhad.
Would you say then that martial law is possible?
No, because I believe the Chief of Army Staff, he does not want martial law. If he wanted, he would have done it the first day, but he does not want. He wants a fair election and a democratic government to come to the country.
So you believe that the elections will go ahead?
I think it will go ahead, especially after today's statement by the Chief of Army Staff.
You made a recent comment in the papers that you have undeniable proof that the government is behind the clashes in Hyderabad and Karachi. Could you expound on this?
Well, there are some people who have been asked to do it, and they have come and told us. There are some nice people, they have come and told us.
That they've been given money?
Yes, they have been given, some of them have been given money. He knew, the person, he says, they told me, and he said this, he knows his relative who got the money to do it. And I'm sure the government knows who it is. And the chief ministers know who they are. But they are doing it. So they're not catching them.
These people were non-political.
I beg pardon?
These people were non-political people.
Who are doing it?
Yes, that were approached. People
No, some of them are political, some are non-political.
that are cross-section.
Cross-section.
Would you like to comment on, as far as today's decision is concerned, how will this affect Junie Jo's petition that's going in front of the courts tomorrow?
It's anyone's guess. I don't know. But I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful that they will revive the old. It's not possible.
Can I ask you what role you and your daughter will be playing in the forthcoming elections and as far as the party is concerned, as you do chairperson?
My daughter is more active in politics. I was not well. I look well. I feel well. But I'm not that well to take a big responsibility on my shoulders and work many hours. And she's very good. She's been party in capable hands. She organized the party because there was no party. The government had stopped. They had sealed our party offices. And the people were either in prison or abroad in exile. She came, she had elections, she reorganized the party. I think she's very good and I've come to help her in the elections. Yes, I will stand for elections from our constituency. We have got 2 seats in our constituency. She will stand from one and I will stand from one. And of course, if we win the majority, then it's up to the majority party, our Central Executive Committee and the members to choose the President and the Prime Minister. We'll abide by that.
No one doubts that the PPP enjoys popular support, but there have been criticisms that the People's Party does not have a panel of people who are able to rule the country as effectively and efficiently as has been claimed. Would you like to comment?
I think we have very able people. We have members who have already had experience of ministership, of politics. They are with us from 1969. Was it 69? They have been with us. They are lawyers. They are educated. Some of them have been educated in very high universities, colleges. We have doctors, engineers, political scientists. Oh, it's our enemies who say that. Thank you very much. I hope you're all right, satisfied. Tell me, what do you do with this?
Well, this will be going back to London and then it will be going out to the clients all over the world. WTN is very much like BBC News World Service, except it's your position, it's the television.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now what do? I go and meet them? Are you still taking the film?